Good morning, good evening, good afternoon, friends, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls. Today is yet another opportunity, yet another day for us to have this conversation. It's not really a conversation, it is me speaking in this podcast where we are normally talking about purpose, productivity, and resilience, and everything in between. We are in the middle of a series where we started 3 days ago talking about 19 powerful life nuggets from Mike Tyson's interview with Joe Rogan. Joe Rogan has a very powerful podcast at some point in time, controversial. People were seeking to blacklist him and deplatform him and so on because of the things that he was standing for in the wake of the COVID pandemic and the vaccines and so on. But anyway, he had an interview with Mike Tyson, and Mike Tyson is someone that you really need to listen to when he is talking because he's gone through some difficult situations in life. He was a champion at a very young age, and then he lost it, and he was bankrupt, and then he had a comeback, and so on. When people of that caliber are speaking, they have life nuggets. People who have been in extremes, they have life nuggets that they can be able to share with us, and we can be able to listen. We've already done some of them, and let us continue to see what we can learn from that interview in this episode today. Stay tuned.
Welcome to the Life Signatures podcast with Lawrence Namale. Lawrence is a life coach, author, and keynote speaker who loves to tackle different topics on purpose, productivity, and resilience. His mission in life is to awaken all your boundless possibilities available in you. Life Signatures podcast is dedicated to bring to reality every single person who knows that deep down in their gut, there's got to be more to life than this. And now, here is your host, Lawrence Namale.
Well, it's good to start by a way of recap. What are some of the things we've already learned from that interview that Joe Rogan had with Mike Tyson? The first life nugget that we did learn from that interview is simply this, that internal fear can be something that can really paralyze us. It's unfounded. It keeps us tethered. It keeps us average, normal. It makes us not to deploy our potential. It makes us not to get out of the normal. There are many things that could have happened in our lives, could have been done, but we haven't done them because of internal fear. And we need to overcome that internal fear. And then we saw that we need to appreciate the power of starting small. We need to appreciate the power of starting small. That's what we talked about yesterday. You really have got to go back to yesterday's episode and just check it out, because I feel like talking about this point again. Man, there are many things in our lives, many situations that we find ourselves in that we find that it's probably difficult to overcome, and we are paralyzed because of the work that needs to be done for us to cross over and to go to the other side of the things that we want to see. And so we get discouraged, overwhelmed. It's like we see the price to pay so steep, the mountain to climb so high, the rivers to dive so deep, and we just get paralyzed. But the solution, we said, is appreciate the power of starting small. You don't have to buy flowers and go for a romantic dinner. Start with a hug. Start with just not feeling like you've got to obey your feelings. Your feelings right now are telling you that person doesn't deserve forgiveness. To mend this relationship is an impossibility. They don't deserve forgiveness. They're not even asking for forgiveness. But I'm asking you to start small by extending that forgiveness against the feeling you have right now. Start small. And that starting small definitely sets you on the path of an amend. And before you know it, momentum takes over. You gather pace. And you do quite a bit of things. Today, the third nugget that I want us to learn from that interview that Mike Tyson had with Joe Rogan is simply this. Learn the importance of your people. The importance of your people. We all need people support systems. I cannot overemphasize this. According to Mike Tyson, his wife, let me just say this, people who know our good, people who know our bad, people who know our ugly, but still do believe in our potential long enough to call it out. Say, Lawrence, I know you are a great man. Where you are at this moment in time is not where you're supposed to be. There is potential in you. There is a lot of value in you. You are living way below your privileges. So that was Tyson's wife. That's what he said. In this case, Mike Tyson's wife, according to him, he says that his whole life, in that interview, his whole life revolves around her and his children. He said that the other day, I was talking to my wife about death and stuff, and that we will all die, but I wouldn't know what I will do if she were to die first. I will marry her for that alone, nothing else. That's Mike Tyson talking about the importance of his people system. Some of us, not just some of us, but all of us, we need these special people support systems. And for some people, it's been deprived from their lives. Everyone who is born needs a people support system in terms of their mother or their father, their guardian. But for many people, some people, these things are not there. But even when we grow up and as adults, we cannot do life alone. Sometimes you need not just an armor bearer, but a support system, your safety, so to speak. That when you go home and you see her or when you see him, your life is okay. Things might be haywire outside. Bombs are being thrown and things are happening around you and your world is tumbling. But they are there. Just that they are there. That support system is there. You're fine. That's the importance of life and its people support systems. Sometimes we cannot do life alone. Most of the people who take their lives, and I'm not necessarily saying anything against them and trying to judge them, and I cannot purport to understand what they go through to the moment where they take their own life. For the most part, this people support system is not there by the time someone takes their own life. So if you ever found someone so selfless that they champion you and your potential, that's a keeper. These are rare people. We live in a world where people want equality, which is okay. People want to gain as much as they give, which is normal. But the extraordinary are those who want the best for you, so much so that it brings the best out of you. Being in their presence, you just know that I am safe. They vouch for me. They want the best for me. So these guys are selfless while they are at it. It would be great if such people were your spouse. But I know that's not always the case. But it will be the ideal that your intimate other is that kind of a person. Your safety, right? Your champion, your biggest fan, the person that you are vulnerable with, the person that you want to talk everything. Tell them your fears. They understand. They don't judge you. Tell them your fears. Tell them your mess. Tell them your dreams, your desires. I know they are human because they also do have those things. And the ideal will be that it is reciprocative. God for this people support system. So we learn from Mike Tyson that this is an integral part of his life. And this can be an integral part of our lives too. So we need to surround ourselves with those people who see our greatness and they continuously hold us accountable for that greatness, not accepting anything lower than it. That's what we are learning from that guy. And that was in the person of his lovely wife. So tomorrow we're going to continue learning another life nugget from this interview that Joe Rogan had with Mike Tyson. But until then, think about your people person support system. Think about your personal support system, people support system around you. And go for it. Build it up. A better way is be that support system. It is easy for us to seek to want it. But I think the more we become for other people, the better the life we have. It goes round and round, and the more we give, the more we get. Tomorrow we'll continue. Until then, bye-bye.
Thank you for listening to Life Signatures Radio. If you enjoyed today's show, subscribe to Life Signatures Radio on iTunes, Stitcher, or visit our website at lifesignatures.libsyn.com. Life Signatures Radio, fresh, clean, and inspiring.